I just want a quick video here today. I read a quick new, some great information about Arthur Firstenberg called the radio wave packet. And I just read a study I thought was very interesting. It talked about how the scientists, they actually gave their rat Wi-Fi for 2 hours, just 2 hours, that's it. And then waited 40 days and gave the rat an autopsy, and the rat had brain damage. Now when you couple that with the lack of oxygen, and this is an OSHA tester, it's about a $500 piece of equipment. I'm going to go ahead and take this, put this over my face, and what the legal what the environment has as far as oxygen goes, it actually has an oxygen level of 20.9, which is what this little guy right here, so you kind of zoom in here. So that's 20.9. Now what OSHA says, if that goes below 19.5 at any time, that means you have to abandon the building because it can cause death. That's actually what it says, it causes death. Now if this beeps, that means it's going below 19.5. It does not beep until it goes below 19.5. So I'm going to go ahead and take this little packet in here and put the little gadget in here. And obviously I have air gaps here, so it's not sealed like it normally is. And within seconds, your child is breathing 17.2 volume of oxygen. Okay, 17.2. Now what I can tell you, if you do this for 2 hours in a high microwave radiation environment, you're looking for permanent damage. Now what I mean by that is, the rats took 2 hours. You have a high microwave radiation environment and low oxygen environment, which causes hypoxia. That means your body is not going to be able to absorb the oxygen like it needs to. So I would say it's about 2 hours for mice and 2 days for humans or people. And then that equals about the 2 hours of time with mice. What's going to happen, your kids are fine now, but they're going to be damaged 10, 15, 20 years down the road, because 40 days of the rats is equal to 25 to 30 years for people. So I'm going to take this down. I'm going to go ahead and go to another little spot here. I'm ready to get to the radiation in the air. So come over here, camera lady. We'll hit start. So it's now moving, and you see the frequencies in here. Okay, and we're in the 600 megahertz. I don't know if you can zoom in there a little closer. 600, that's 700, that's 800, that's 900. Now when it gets to 900, I'm going to take this thing, this mask off here. It's driving me, ooh, wow, it's hard to think. Now we're getting into what's in your smart meters. Now they just actually installed, so again, low oxygen, okay, which you have the mask on. Low oxygen, you have smart meters, which the schools have smart meters. Schools have Wi-Fi. Let me turn this off. And when it hits the 900 megahertz, those that are frequencies, those are actually sterilization frequencies. We know that now. It will cause all kinds of male infertilities. It will cause sperm count to drop and hormone levels. And there's another study in here talking about that as well. I'm going to go ahead and zoom back over here, and let's go back to the light bulb. And I'm going to talk about this one last time. This is they call it bond charge. This is actually from Australia. And they talk about no flicker, and these light bulbs are $20, $30 a piece. They're all a complete scam. Do not buy them. They might not have the flicker, but let me show you. Come on back around over here's camera lady, and see the little oscilloscope here. And this is also a spectrum analyzer here. This is also another spectrum analyzer. This is the waveform. This is the dirty electricity or current flow that's in the actual wiring. And you see the little spiking here. This house is very clean. I can promise you right now, your house is a disaster. This house has been cleaned up quite a bit. This shows you all the different frequencies along here that's spiking. Now watch what happens when I turn this light bulb on. This is an LED light bulb. It's a $30 light bulb, which is supposed to be flicker free. It's got a great spectrum. You know, you might as well have a course to go with it. I'm going to turn this on. But when you come over here, point over here again at the oscilloscope. And now look at the light bulb too at the same time. Show the light bulb in the picture. I'm going to turn this on. Now look what it does. You've added tons of dirty electricity. You've added different frequencies into the spectrum, and that comes off your wiring because there's something called magnetic fields and electrical fields. This picks this up, okay? This is the magnetic field. Gets closer to your devices, the magnetic fields will rise, okay? Get away from your devices, they lower. Well, anything above 1, from a building biology standpoint, is extremely toxic. And your hands are on that all day at school, during the iPad, I call it the eye sterilization piece of equipment. So, okay. So a little bit of noise there, but look at your devices. So that's all the noise on your devices. And then you have the frequencies in the 900 megahertz here, which I can point these out here. Let's go to the 951. Let's get into the 911s. This get it at 8. Now that's a cell tower right there at 868. That's a new 5G frequency. 935, 914. That's your smart meter. So that's the mesh. They're constantly talking to each other. And what we've learned now is the lower frequencies, not the intensity, not the amplitude. The higher amplitude does not necessarily mean worse. Sometimes it's actually the lower amplitude. I'm going to turn this off here for a minute. Go ahead and point back over here at my oscilloscope and make sure the light bulb's in the video too as well. And then I'm going to turn it off. Okay, on, off. On, off. Okay, now let's put back in a halogen, which is one they say you shouldn't buy because they're bad for you, because you won't save the polar bear. There's more polar bears now than ever. And you see, no dirty electricity. So this tells you this is what I call an assault. This is intentional. This is very basic, fundamental science. This is not complicated science. Trust me, if I can figure it out, you can figure it out. And the same thing here. So this is the first CFL. Not quite as bad, but pretty darn bad. Now it has a terrible spectrum flicker on it, but all these have tons of dirty noise. You hear the noise here, all the noise of this. Now again, we go back to the one that's a $30 light bulb with the no flicker, which just has a lot of flicker. We go back to the $30 light bulb here. It even has different colors. Look at that, different colors. Let's turn a couple of different colors. All right. And take the noise. Not too bad there. So that's good. There's no flicker. You're right. And there's no... I'm going to unplug this because I can't hear. Let's see what this is here. Make sure it's the right one. Get rid of that. Okay. So you're right. It's picking up a lot of the noise from the wires here. But it's still got some noise in it. See, there you go. They can't say it's noise free, because look at it. You see it here. Here's the noise. It's injecting it back in your power lines. So just a really quick one today. I hope you guys appreciate it. But again, remember, we have radio frequencies, we have electrical fields, we have magnetic fields, and we also have dirty electricity, or MEPs. All right, thank you so much.